All right, hey y'all. This is my second video. So here's a little peek into my life. I love watching court TV. Not like court TV, but like actual YouTube videos of live court sessions. I have specific judges that I really like that I think are just really tremendous, great examples of our judicial system at its finest. One of them is Judge Boyd. She's fantastic. She just really is really good at striking a balance and communicating with people of all walks of life and just really kind of getting to the heart of a problem. I just like that she's a no nonsense person, and she addresses the core of an issue. She doesn't see just people's criminal past. She just looks at like the whole of an issue and sees like where people may have not had a proper upbringing. And so they actually are missing out on some true lessons in life. And that's where their core problem is that has led them down a path that's got them to the place that they're in. So I'm going to let you watch a little bit of my court TV, and you're going to probably hear me talking crap in the background. So, come to your own conclusions. This is sourced from Credence and Mikey on YouTube. I like seeing their videos. They do have a couple of like splashes up of things that they say, text on the screen. But for the most part, their videos are really like straightforward. So you don't see a bunch of nonsense and weird like extra junk and pop-ins and stuff. So that's why I like watching them from them. And so check it out with me, and then we'll go from there.
2021 CR 2437 for the offense of failure to stop and render aid, serious bodily injury on March 21st, 2022 for a period of 10 years. Is that you?
Yes.
State.
Violated condition number 4. In Bear County, Texas, defendant James Madrone did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of January and December 2023 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that, true or not true?
True, Your Honor.
State.
Your Honor, we waived the other violations alleged in the motion. No objection.
All right. Mr. Madrone, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 10 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, I understand.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Not, Your Honor. We're going open. We are asking for the 10 years, Your Honor. I believe the defense might be forgotten.
All right. Defense, what are you requesting?
Judge, we're requesting that he be placed on probation, that he be given weekly UAs and intense supervision. Basically, Judge, this was a lot dealing with financial issues. He has 2 small children that he was responsible for, living with his grandmother at the time. He's now presently employed. I believe he has the resources now to continue taking drug testing and support his children. So I think basically, Judge, if we do weekly UAs and ISF, put that in ISF with intense supervision, that he's able to complete the probation successfully. You have anything to add, James?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right. You can lower your hand. State your name for the record.
James Madrone.
All right. It says here that you didn't talk to the manager and you left when asked to stay in the lobby by the probation officer.
Wow. So you had an opportunity and you walk off.
My grandmother, thankful for her that she helped me with my burdens when I had to do these reports and everything, and she would have my kids in the car while I'll be reporting. So at that time, I really didn't have too much time to be there.
Bruh.
Like being responsible for 2 children.
Your grandma was already watching them.
At that time,
Jelly blocks were squishy is more
With your children.
yes,
And how old are your children?
3 and 1.
All right. So she's helping you with the 3 and 1 year old. So you're telling me your grandmother drives you to see your probation officer and then says, I can't wait.
Right.
Yes, Your Honor.
That don't make no
Doesn't make any
sense.
to me.
That don't make no sense. Boy, bye.
It's just like I
Boy, bye.
real, real no support, really none. It's just me out there.
All right, so your grandmother is not supporting you.
Right.
In a way, she is. In a way.
All right, and then it says that they tried to have virtual meetings with you, and you kept rescheduling, and they allowed you to reschedule it and reschedule it and reschedule it.
Again, I had
Bullshit over
You
there.
didn't have a cell phone. You couldn't get a ride by via bus.
Your Honor, my grandma lived in Leon Valley and she moved over there by Lackland Airport Base, and I did not have reliable transportation.
Oh no, I know for a fact that there's transportation by via for Lackland.
Oh.
And you know how I know there is that? Because one time I made a mistake and got on the looper, which I believe is the 510, and it takes you all around the city. And I was like, wow, this is where the bases are.
Yes, but where I had to report was over there by 1604 in Bandera.
Via.
Yes, Your Honor. And they canceled that bus route. I know it sounds like I'm making it up or not, but yes, they did cancel that bus route for that reason. That drive was very, very extreme.
Did you pick up the phone, call probation, and say, hey, this is where I am? Okay. All right, any other questions?
Mr. Madrone, my name is Hank Lucas. If I ask you anything you don't understand, just let me know and I'll try and rephrase it, okay? Do you know the last time you reported?
The last time I reported was
Wow, you don't even know the last time you reported.
yes.
It was this year? So, you're explaining that probation thinks the last time you reported is November. Did you, have you ever do the CATS theft force?
Yeah, no.
Did you do the CATS 2 theft force?
No.
Did you do the moral recognition therapy?
No.
So you didn't do any of the classes.
I had parenting classes that were available online, which I did do, and it waived over to my community service.
I'm sorry to interrupt. How can you do the parenting classes online, but
It was
you
for
can't
free.
report? No, but you can't report to probation online. Explain that to me.
I did report to probation online every time I had a Zoom meeting, and when it was in person, it was hard for me to be able to report due to my lack of transportation.
That is a hot, tragic mess.
Do you remember telling
Ain't nobody
probation
trying to hear it.
in January of this year, they're not going to do anything?
No.
Do you remember telling them, I know the judge will reinstate me? You understand that when you pled to this offense, that's a third-degree felony, right? You're looking at up to 10 years in prison.
Yeah, I do understand. Yes, I understand.
And you knew that, and you still didn't do these conditions of probation, right?
Someone wasn't taking it seriously. He thought because he was
I
young,
had faced
consequences didn't affect him.
So I did not have support from the mother of my children. She was attending school at the time. But now I have a reliable job. I have the means to prove to the court that I could be responsible in finishing my terms with the
Seems like the easiest thing to do would be to report, though. You didn't report it all this year, right?
No, because she said that she was going to file a motion to revoke, and I had said that, okay, that we have to do what we have to do. That's simply, that's what I had said in that response.
I'll pass it with John. You have to throw your honor.
All right. Probation. Was there any restitution for Elise Perez and Kimberly Soto? So this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to find violation of condition number 4 true. The court is going to find you guilty. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. With regards to punishment, state, what are you requesting?
Your Honor, we're asking for the 10 years in prison. This is a third-degree felony. This is a SBI, Your Honor. Some other cases we're taking into consideration in this plea. The defendant had plea position. He didn't do much of anything on probation. I was trying to get some more information today. None of the answers are very satisfying. So we're asking for 10 years in prison.
Defense, what are you requesting?
Judge, I asked that he be sent, continued on probation and sent to ISF for a period of time to get his thoughts together. Right now, be able to get out on the street and be a productive member of society and also a father for his 2 children.
All right. Oh, yes. You wanted to add something?
Just a quick.
Sure.
Yes, I would like to say that I would like to suggest no tolerance probation, where I may be supervision weekly UAs that do not use drugs, and or an outpatient program, intense outpatient program that I can prove to the court where I can be responsible in completing my probation successfully.
Okay. All right, this is what the court is going to do. As previously stated, the court is finding violation of condition number 4 true. The court is going to find you guilty. The court will sentence you will sentence you to 8 years in the prison. There's to be no unsupervised contact with the minors. The court will give you credit for any time served, and the court will request the therapeutic community. Did you review the trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you sign it?
Yes.
All right. You do have a limited right to appeal, and that right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you were on deferred adjudication. Do you understand? All right. Good luck to you. We can go off the record. Here's the thing. I can't force them to place you in the therapeutic community. You'll have to request that. And then it's completely up to them whether or not they place you in the therapeutic community.
Yeah. What was the consequence again?
Oh, you're going to prison for 8 years.
I'm going to prison for 8 years.
Yes.
And that's the done deal.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's the done deal. Now, I hate to be fresh, but listen, I don't know when we crossed the boundary into this generation of kids not understanding the gravity of the consequences of their choices. But we have gotten into this wild, wild world of kids doing drastic things, just crazy, outlandish. I'm going to beat the snot out of somebody. I'm going to do something wild. I'm going to get consequences, but an opportunity to not have to face the full brunt of those consequences. I am told what those full brunt of those consequences are. What your choice was, this bad thing you did is going to cost you 10 years of your life in a box away from everything you know and everyone you know, where you have no control over anything you do, where you go to the bathroom, when you can eat, when you go to bed, what you can wear, what kind of toilet paper you use. Like nothing. You have control over nothing for 10 years because you made a bad choice. You did something awful, right? That's what the judge told you. However, what we're going to do is we're going to say, all right, that's on this hand. Now, instead of having to deal with this, if you can keep your nose clean and follow these simple instructions, no drugs, no drinking, no partying, get a job, be respectful, don't break the law, Don't bother whoever it was that you got into trouble with. Stay away from them. Don't go over there. Don't call them on the phone. Don't send them no text messages. Don't be on their Instagram. Don't snap their chats. Don't face their book. None of it. Stay away. Pretend that they are no existence. They do not exist in your existence because you don't want 10 years in that box, right? And this is how you can keep yourself out of that box. And then take these classes. Take these classes and learn some new skills. These new skills will help you to never find yourself in the position that you found yourself in that got you to a place where you ended up finding yourself in a spot that could end you up in a 10-year box in the first place. That's all we want. We want you to take these classes to become a better person. That's all. That's all that the court is asking of these people. Here you go. We want you to improve yourself. Improve yourself and free yourself from the burden that you have gotten somehow into so that you don't have to go behind bars for 10 years. And then this young man, instead of doing that beautiful opportunity, because for some reason in his mind, that beautiful opportunity was nothing but somebody trying to tie him up, because there was nobody there, not even his lawyer or his mother or anybody else. Nobody was there to give him this logical conversation, because this is what I was telling you. These are lessons that I'm trying to partake, because in part, sorry, not partake, but in part. Because nobody is sitting down and having these lesson moments. Because this is the lesson. Someone needed to sit him down and say, hey. The judge isn't trying to hold you up. The judge is trying to push you forward. She's trying to slow you down for a second to let you know what? You missed out on some lessons. Because you shouldn't have gotten so upset in the first place with Susie Q. When Susie Q got you to the point that you were so angry that you got to the point that you were going to hurt her or get to wherever this is that could have got you in a box for 10 years. That's when you should have been like, you know what, Susie? You are clearly not the right kind of person for me, because it is not worth my whole life to be with you. But since you didn't have the coping mechanisms and you didn't have the sense in your mind to know that Susie is a toxic person for you and that you should have walked away from her before you got to the point that you ended up almost giving up your life for 10 years to be with somebody who was obviously not the right person for you, she's trying to help you. That's why she's sending you to a class instead of sending you to prison. But instead of going to those classes, this boy decided to hop, skip, and hide. Not go to take his tests, not go to the classes, thinking, I ain't gonna do that. They don't know me. I ain't taking no classes. Ain't nothing wrong with me. Yeah, something is wrong with you. Something is wrong with you. And for some reason, you're the only one who doesn't see it. And now you're going to go to jail for 8 years. All because you wouldn't take option number 1, which was a few classes where you would have had a mirror to look at yourself for the first time and see that little boy inside you that had some owies from childhood that were still oozing the owies from childhood that needed to heal up so that you could grow up and be a good man, a whole man. I don't know if that's any of you. I know it's me sometimes. Sometimes there's owies that I still got to work through that are oozing, and I got to clean them up so that I don't find myself in a box. That's why I live on the first floor. Remember I told y'all? So if I feel the urge to jump out a window, no harm done, right? All right, y'all. That's my video for today. Peace, love, and happiness. Bye, y'all.